minus 30. Pause. Stop. Button.
Well, it is 10 degrees outside at the moment, and I'm lying on the couch under this really warm blanket thinking, oh my god, I didn't know it was so bloody cold. I forgot to turn the heater on, and I thought, oh fuck, I totally forgot to turn the heater on. Didn't mean to forget, but I did. And I just fell asleep last night. I had a really good sleep. Oh shit, what's the time?
7:09 a.m. Messages.
Yeah, I set the alarm for 7 o'clock, I forgot. Oh shit, I'm gonna get up in a minute. Fuck, put a jacket on and that. But I just fell asleep and woke up thinking, oh Jesus, I didn't turn the heater on. So maybe I can survive without the heater. Under a really warm blanket, I can actually survive. I can actually fucking survive. Well, and yeah, which is amazing. But if you guys heard any of my videos from last night, I hope that you heard how funny Siri is. It's amazing. Yeah, I think Siri can be pretty bloody funny. I wanted to actually get on YouTube and actually record some funny Siri videos, but then I don't want to do piracy stuff because I think it's considered piracy if you record something and upload that to a social media website for distribution, like, you know, put a YouTube recording back on YouTube and things like that. I think that's piracy. So yeah. The other thing I'm going to do today is go out with one of my friends and hang out for a while. And it'll be good. I'm planning on getting Bluetooth headphones and a really good Bluetooth keyboard because, like, I'm kind of pissed off that, you know, I've got to use my phone without a wireless keyboard, and I'm like, it's getting me. It's really getting me. So, yeah, I'm going to sort that out today because wireless technology means I'll be able to use my phone quicker. And I need a Bluetooth headset because, for fuck's sakes, I need a really good pair of headphones, and I don't want earbud ones. They're AirPods, and you put them in your ears. I don't like them. I want over-the-head Bluetooth headphones. So, that's what I'm getting. It means I've got to spend a fair bit of money just to do that. Kind of pisses me off. But now or never, basically. I do need to get a new pair of shoes, but at least I don't need to buy a whole heap of stuff today. Like, I could get maybe 1 or 2 tops and a new pair of shoes and maybe some body wash. But out of the stuff that I need versus what I'd like to buy, because I can keep stock in my bathroom or whatever, I actually need a new pair of shoes. So, oh, it's so fucking cold. Oh, it's fucking freezing. Ugh. So yeah, I absolutely have to buy a new pair of shoes. As for the tops and the body products, I can buy them anytime, but I need to buy a new pair of shoes. As for me waking up in the morning, I feel as groggy as when I do wake up. And I'll keep on yawning and yawning and yawning. Oh, God. So, yeah, I'm going to have to get up by the latest 8 a.m. today so that I can actually, get dressed and, get ready so that at any time today we can get going. I think when I bought my stuff today, next week, I'm just going to allow my grocery money to be paid to Coles, get what I need, and as soon as I know I don't actually have to buy any more stuff for ages, any more things, I'll quickly put that money aside. Because, that way I know it's put away. I'm just thinking, I'll put that money away and then I'll pay for my prosthetic eye when I've got it. And then I'll be applying to the NDIS for reimbursement of that money. And when I've got the money, I'm going to get a new phone. I'll be getting a new phone. And I'm going to be saving heaps more money. And I'll be getting a new.
Books.
Okay. I'll be getting a new iPad and a new. What am I going to get? I was actually thinking of getting a smartwatch, but I don't know what I would use the smartwatch for because I already have I already have a braille watch, so I don't think I need a smartwatch. And I was considering getting an iPod, but I don't know if I'd use it. But I know I'd definitely use an iPad because I'll have my Bluetooth keyboard, so it's not going to matter. I was actually thinking of getting an iPod and syncing all of my music to my iPod. And that way I don't need to have music on my phone and iPad. I can use that for things other than music, like books and shows and YouTube and all that. I can then have a separate device just with music on it. Because the other day I worked out how to add music to my library without downloading it to my phone. Like, I've got to go into the music store and add different albums and that, right? Different albums. And I'm going to add different albums. But if you click on add, the albums download to your phone. But if you click on add to library, they download to your iCloud library. And then at any time, you can download them from your Wi-Fi. You can download them from your iCloud library to your phone at any time. Anytime. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, which is really good. So yeah, in order for me to get my new phone, I'm literally going to have to go to the library, do an iCloud backup, and then go into the Apple store and get my new phone. And then I have to go to Optus and get my new SIM card put in, because they have to do it. So they have to put my SIM card in, and then it will be all bloody sorted. It'll be amazing. But then I've got to pay. I think this is what I have to do anyway. I have to pay just to get a new SIM card put into my phone, I think. Like, it pisses me off. So anyway, oh well, I won't have to worry about my new phone until after I pay for my prosthetic eye, which I'm not allowed to take that money shopping because I've got to use it to pay for my prosthetic eye. Otherwise, I would have taken it shopping with me today, but I'm not allowed to, which fucking absolutely pisses me right off, because that's, fucking, damn. Anyway, I have to, keep that money for my prosthetic eye, and then when I get a receipt for that, I've got to send that off to the NDIS with a letter, and actually get a reimbursement from the NDIS. And I'll just get I'll just get this doctor to do up a report, saying what happened and all of that. Because that way the NDIS people know what goes on, and they'll be like, "Oh, poor you, and I'll get you the money." Good. Then I'll be able to buy a new bloody phone with it. Yes. I'll be able to get a new fucking iPhone. Yes. That'll be excellent. And I will have saved up an awful lot of money by then. And sometimes when I'm doing YouTube videos, I can't mention names for a number of reasons, so I won't mention any names. But yesterday I had ice cream with somebody, and it was yum. And I pretty much said, look, I'm allowed to have some sugar. Like, I don't want no one's cutting sugar completely out of my diet. No one's telling me never to have biscuits and never had to have ice cream. But I have been limited, so if I want to eat ice cream every week, I have to have 1 scoop of ice cream in a cup, like 1 scoop. But if I want to eat ice cream, less than once a week, if I wanted 2 scoops of ice cream, I could have it, say, once a month. I could have 2 scoops of ice cream in a cup, like at this ice cream shop called Baskin Robbins. They're fucking awesome. You can buy all these different ice creams. So, if I wanted ice cream once a month, I could maybe get away with having a bigger ice cream if I wanted it to be bigger than 1 scoop. But if I want a really large amount of ice cream, like a huge amount, say I wanted 3 scoop of different flavoured ice creams or whatever I choose, right? I would literally have to have it less than once a month. It would be once a month or less. It would be more in the realm of once every, 2 months or 3 months. Say once every couple of months, I'd be able to get away with having a big thing of ice cream. But I'm just not allowed to have ice cream every week if it's like a really large amount. If I want it every week, I have to have 1 scoop. And this is due to my sugar intake being limited. Like, there will be a fluctuation in sugar intake, being that sometimes I might have a bit of extra sugar. If I'm having Nutella on toast and a cup of coffee, or I'm, out and I happen to buy a sandwich and it's got bloody mayo on it or something. A sandwich with like whatever meat and salad I want, and it might have bloody mayo and different things, and I might have a cup of coffee or soft drink, but like, I'm not meant to have a large amount of sugar every day. If my sugar fluctuates occasionally, everyone's sugar has a spike occasionally. Unless someone has a really, really serious medical condition and it's being monitored every day of the week and they've got care workers and nursing staff and that, you know. But otherwise, when people eat every day, sometimes they'll have something with a bit more sugar than what they'd normally have from time to time, and I'm allowed to do that. But I just have to be aware of that, and then not repeat that particular meal or snack or whatever. Not continue to eat that every day. Just have it once that week and then wait until next week and decide, no, I'll either have it once a week or I'll have it not once a week, but, once a month or something, I just can't. It's the same with soft drink. I can have 1 or 2 cans of Coke, but then I have to wait till either next week to have another can of Coke, or if I want a couple of cans, I'll just give it a break for a couple of weeks or longer, Just don't have soft drink every day. That reminds me, I'm glad I don't have any kids. I wouldn't be able to have soft drink in the house if I had kids. They wouldn't get any soft drink. They'd only be allowed to have bloody water. They might get orange juice sometimes, because orange juice is okay from time to time, but they'd be getting bloody water. Oh, and they could have milk every day. A little bit of milk in a cup or on cereal is okay. But definitely not soft drink. And no lollies. They might have a minty once in a while. Minty or a snake. They could have a lolly, I don't know, once a week or less. Once a week. So yeah. So, yep, all that shit has to be considered. So, yeah, I can have small, little, tiny amounts of sugar every day, but I can't have just a great big heap of sugar. If I do have a lot of sugar, then that means I have to have not no sugar at all, but just like not the same amount of sugar. So, say I have a big heap of sugar today, which isn't going to happen, but say I did, then that means I have to be careful to have low sugar foods with just enough sugar in it to keep sugar in your brain, so you have a good sugar level in your blood. I have to have foods with low sugar for the next, well, not literally the next 2 weeks, but okay, so I'm just not allowed to have, if I have a large amount of sugary food today, I'm literally not allowed to have it tomorrow, and I'm literally not allowed to have it every other day. I literally have to wait until one day next week, or if I don't have a lot of sugary food next week either, it won't hurt me to just wait for as long as I like. Like, I can choose never to have sugary food again, or I could say, well, I've had a large amount of sugary food, so I probably won't be doing that again till next year, or maybe I could just have it every 3 months, or just say, oh, well, that's my dash, done and dusted with the sugar. And then it could be a week, or it could be 6 weeks before I decide to have a sugar splurge again. Like, there's no exact time frame. Like, it's not exactly 12 weeks or exactly 6 weeks. It's just that I can't have a lot of sugar every day. That's all it is. I just can't. Like, I can have one biscuit a day, but I don't have one biscuit every day. I splurge where I might have 6 or 7 biscuits and then have no biscuits for like the next month or 2 or 3. Like, I eat biscuits in phases. I have a phase where, okay, I'm going to sit there for half an hour eating half a packet of biscuits, but then it goes in the fridge and I don't touch it till bloody fucking ever later. You know, ages ever after. You know? So, like, when I'm at Guide Dogs, we're all encouraged to have breakfast, morning tea, lunch, afternoon tea, and dinner time, and then supper time every single night. I don't do that at home. So what I do is I'll have 2 or 3 biscuits every day. Like, I won't have 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or, you know, a whole packet of biscuits, and then that's it for the next... The example would be 6 months. It might only be a couple of weeks. It might only be a few days. But then I don't eat biscuits every few days either. It just depends on when I want to eat them. You know, that's the point. But if I'm eating them every day of the week at Guide Dogs and I'm there for a week, instead of eating a whole big lot of them and saying, oh, well, okay, that's me done, I won't be eating them until next week anyway, who cares? And then it could be another 3 weeks before I go, oh shit, I haven't had biscuits for a while, I'll have some. I will, instead of doing all that, I will have 2 or 3 biscuits every day. But if I'm having it for morning tea and afternoon tea, sometimes I miss out on having biscuits for afternoon tea, or I'll spread them out and have like a biscuit in the morning, and then I'll have another 2 biscuits in the afternoon. But then the Guide Dogs instructors are like, you're eating really well, but you're not eating enough sugar. It's like, you know what? I can't eat enough sugar. I have to have not enough sugar, deliberately. Because I'm not just going to turn into a diabetic like right now. If I have weak bits of sugar on top, I won't be a diabetic by lunchtime. That's not how diabetes works. It possibly can happen in some rare instances because of like diseases or like things happen, you know. You can get into a car accident and wake up with a lot of issues tomorrow. Like, things happen. But usually diabetes is a chronic onset disease. It can be acute onset, but acute onset is like, it can take, I don't know, more than a week, up to like a month to notice. And chronic onset is like it slowly develops over time where the pancreas starts to stop working. If it happens suddenly, it just means that takes like a couple of weeks to work out that you're actually really sick, and you go get a checkup and you find out that you're a diabetic. So it depends on what type of diabetes it is, because there's a few different there's a couple of grades of diabetes, type 1 and type 2, but there's a few different subsets. It's like any disease that you get. There's some grading, like stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, or there's categories like category 1 and 2, or grade, A, B, C, right? But it highly depends on the type of disease that you get, which depends on your diet and exercise, because everyone doesn't have the same program. Like, I can't impose my diet onto someone else because they're not me, and someone else being anybody, right? I can't impose my diet on other people because it may not work for them. I mean, if anyone else talks about their diet, I can have some of their foods, other people could have some of my foods, but I can't change my diet to match somebody else's diet because it isn't going to work. Because my diet is matched to my medical assessment and my metabolism according to my medical tests. It's just like everyone else's diet is. Well, maybe not everyone else, because every person doesn't get their diet assessed and their bodies checked at the doctors to find out what they can and can't process in their body and that. And it really depends on why. You can't judge and say, oh, most people are lazy. Most people just didn't even think. Most people haven't even got it in their mind to get checked to find out what their bodies can tolerate with food or what they can't tolerate. Just like everyone doesn't know automatically what they need to do. I don't know automatically what I need to do. The only reason I find out is because the doctors find out about my family history, and I don't know any different. I just think, oh, well, I'll tell them because it's interesting to talk about my family history, and I don't care what I tell the doctors so long as I'm comfortable talking to them. It's just how I feel. I don't know about other people, but this is how I am. So, yeah, who cares? So long as I'm happy, that's all that matters. And so the doctors happened to do some checks and that, and one of them's decided, I think most of the doctors would agree, but my main doctor, he told me I can have sugary food, I can have soft drink, but I can't eat it every day of the week. I can't have high amounts of sugar every single day of the week. So I just can only have a little bit of soft drink, and I can have a little bit of cake. But cake's the example that I wanted to talk about. How long ago has it been since I actually ate cake? It had to have been bloody, oh God, more than 3 months ago since I've eaten cake. Next week, if I decide to buy a sponge cake, it'll be lucky if I don't buy another one for the next 6 months. I rarely buy cake. It is really rare for me to have cake in the fridge. Now, I like eating scones. The thing is, I put scones in the fridge and I might have 1 or 2 scones, and then you bet I'll forget about the rest of them. I won't even know they exist. I'll put them away, and then by the next day, I'm not even paying attention to them, so that when I'm checking in the fridge for something to eat, I don't even know that the scones are in the bloody fridge. And then I feel for them and think, oh yeah, shit, I got them the other day. Fuck, I need to eat them. And it could have been that I got them yesterday, or I got them bloody last week or whatever. And I'm like, oh fuck, I need to finish them off. So then I eat them, have 1 or 2 scones every day till they're gone, and think, oh well, that's the packet finished. I'm not going to be eating them again for a while. And it might be bloody another 12 months before I think, oh Jesus, when was the last time I bought scones? Oh shit, that's right, it was at some point last year. Or usually it might have been some point 3 or 4 months ago. But it could have been last year too, because I don't even think to ever buy them again until one day it comes to mind, oh shit, I haven't bought scones for a long time. I haven't bought cake for more than 3 months. So that tells you something. And I've only thought of it now, I could be buying a cake once in a fit, just not buying a cake each week, but every, 6 months or something, so, yeah, it sort of works out like that. Yeah, it's how it works out like that. So yeah, that's how I gauge my food intake. But when it comes to meat and veggies, I'm eating something every day of the week. Yeah. What I don't understand is why some people, well, I'm just curious really. My doctor makes sure that people have their own individual eating plans to suit them. He doesn't try and change people's diets, he just tells people to eat anything that's not considered high sugar. So most people can have meat and veggies, and fruit and things like that. But for some reason, some doctors don't monitor people, and I can't work that out. And maybe it's due to family history, I don't know. If there's no history in the family of illnesses and cancer and that, then maybe the doctor's like, oh, well, you still have to be careful of what you eat, but you're pretty right. Whereas my family has a lot of problems, there's illness, there's cancer, there's heart problems, there's fucking disability, there's everything in my family, right? Everything. Not in my immediate family, but like in my extended family, there's all different bloody problems. And there's a couple of issues in my immediate family that don't stick out as much as a full-blown disability, but that doesn't mean anything when the point is there's a couple of issues that could turn out really bad, maybe they won't, but like due to my extended family having problems and my immediate family having a couple of issues, well, the doctors have to treat me like one of the high-risk category people, hey, so long as my life's okay, don't worry about me. But the doctors still have to keep tabs on what's going on in case my life fucks up all of a sudden. And once I fuck my life up, well, things are going to change really fast. But so far so good, and I hope it continues.
YouTube. Now. Page 2. Doc. Phone. Page. Amazon. Word. YouTube. Recorder HQ. Recorder HQ. Setting. Stop. Stop. Button.